Thank you for coming back to Polka Dot Mailbox, and if you're new, welcome. Today I am working with this week's Polka Dot Mailbox bundle, and it is Pack Your Bags from Carta Bella. Included in this bundle is the collection kit that has all of these beautiful papers. The texture and the weight of these papers in this collection, as all Carta Bella collection, is so beautiful. It doesn't show on the camera very well, but you have the cut aparts as well as 12, well, the cut aparts are part of the 12 by 12 pages for you to document all of your adventures. And this is a really good collection at having a lot of generalization where, you know, it's just a plain traveling the globe or a map, as well as having specific details. If you wanted to document specific aspects of a trip to a specific place, you could definitely pull in a number of different very specialty portions of this. Like, for example, here they've got the Statue of Liberty, here they've got Las Vegas, the Eiffel Tower. So the interesting thing about what I'm about to do is I'm scrapbooking pictures of a trip to Las Vegas. So they have the Statue of Liberty, they have the Eiffel Tower, and all of these elements are actually going to work perfectly with the collection from this imagery here. So that works out really well. But if you were going to London and you wanted to focus on Big Ben itself, you could pull in that specific aspect. But again, they have enough generalizations that you don't have to hone in on something specific. But if you were, again, going to London and you wanted to fussy cut that out and focus in on it, then you certainly could. If you wanted to just leave them a bunch of generic sort of general travel type of background pieces, you could do that as well. So there's the collection kit, and here is the element stickers. Again, you've got lots of general pieces that apply to any kind of travel, yet some very specific things if you wanted to tie in to something more specific like a trip to Paris, you definitely could do that. Also included in this collection for this bundle are the two ephemera packages. So one is the frames and tags die cut ephemera cardstock pieces, and you get 33 pieces in total there, as well as this ephemera die cut pack, and you get 33 pieces in this one also. So I've already been working on an album, and this is what I've been working on. It is something that I picked up in another video I had posted. I went to Winners and they were clearing this out for, I think, $5 or less, and it was a journal that I turned into an album. And I haven't finished this book, so I am actually going to do another page in this Las Vegas album with this collection. But featured in this bundle, so you can make your own trip album, is another one of these 4x4 albums with all of the pages that have the little 4x4 pockets. This one is cut into the 2x2s, and these ones are just the 4x4 sheets. And you would have seen me do an entire album in this type of book twice already, and it's really a lot of fun to work with and a nice travel size album. If you want to document a trip and put it in an album, this is the perfect sort of way to do that. So we're including that in this week's bundle as well. So let's get started. The first thing I like to do is to cut apart all of the cut apart pages. So here I've got all the different shapes and sizes to work with in my album. I really find those useful parts, so I always make sure to cut them. I rarely ever use the back unless there's something really spectacular on the back. And then I cut the branding strips off as well, and I set those aside, and I'll use them in this page that I have here. So I'm taking one of the pages that I had pre-made in my album, and I am just covering the back of it with some of the cardstock paper, and I punched the holes that were already in place on the other side. I put one of my vertical pictures in, and then I'm just coming with those 2x2 cut aparts to choose which sentiment I think works best as far as color and sentiment. So I choose the smile one. I'm going to frame this picture with a red matting on the back there, just to sort of provide an additional level of depth to the project. It looked a little off without something framing that picture. It made it stand out a little bit more. And then I just come in with the branding strips that I had cut off each of those cut apart pages. And then I'm going to use those to just create a little bit further of a background. Some of the pages or some of the strips you hardly see at all, but you can see little peaks of color coming out there, and it gives the look that I want. I go ahead and I just rough up the edge of the card with my fingernail, and I tear it in a few places. When I decide to tuck the 2x2 in under the picture, I actually go back and I flatten that little corner out a little bit. So I was noting how these snow globes have really perfect sort of visual aids to a lot of the trips that you might take, and I'm going to cut out the one for Las Vegas. And the really spectacular thing about this is that if you look at that picture that I have there with my husband on the right, you'll see that sign in the snow globe, which has been modified and miniaturized and is in the background of the picture that we're taking. I was actually really impressed with my husband, who had the clever idea of taking a selfie in front of the sign and have kisses where it's coming off the side there. And if you look really close, it says, "Welcome to her fabulous kisses." So that was perfectly arranged, and I give credit to him for that idea, because that was all him. So I'm going to use a little twine here just to add a little element of something. It was feeling very heavy with the paper, and so that's why I also brought in these metal stars and arrows to just give a different texture to everything. And I used that really cute luggage tag up at the top there from the element sheet, and I also used one of the stickers on the side that matched perfectly. There's so many great die cut and ephemera and frames to choose from. I did not have to look far into the package before I found something that I just really liked immediately. And I'm going to use that as a background piece with the travels, and this page really fell together really quickly. So I continue on that same idea of matting with the red, and then I tuck the little label on the top there, and I was really liking the way that this was looking, so I just started gluing it down. And I couldn't decide if I should angle it a little bit or make it straight, but I go ahead and I just make it straight, and I decide to punch out some of the picture, and it doesn't really show at all. It's just like my hair or some other incidental background pieces that don't really matter. So I really like the sentiment on both of those die cuts, and that's why I chose them there. And then I add some enamel dots. Again, I'm tying in that yellow because there's some of the yellow up at the top, so I wanted to tie some more in, and I also bring in one more element sticker to tie in a little bit more yellow also there. I wanted to have some more twine balanced out on this side, but I didn't want to do another bow, so I just did a little knot and I cut it off, and then I used my Tim Holtz tiny attacher, and luckily the corner of that frame had not been completely glued down, so I was able to put that underneath there so it doesn't show on the back. I added a little geotag with the airplane and a little arrow, and that's the page done. I just come in with one last pink enamel dot to tie in that little bit of a pink color, and I'm just happy with those. So it turned out really cute, and I look forward to continuing on and doing more pages in this album. The album that's included in this kit is a different size, but I wanted to show you the general principles are the same, and I think you'll really enjoy having a way to document your travels in a little album that you could keep everything all contained from one little trip and just do highlight pictures and make it like a fun way to remember a fabulous trip that you took. So I thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I welcome you to do so. And if you're interested in this bundle, it's available at polkadotmailbox.com. We ship from Canada worldwide. Thanks for watching.